Today we're talking about sapphic relationships in books that I have read recently that I do not think would last. Disclaimer, this is just my opinion. You don't have to have the same one, but Giselle and Bronte from Her Mortal Champion by Luna Lawson. Not only did the Fae Princess trick Giselle into even going into the Fae realm and lied about a lot of stuff over time, Bronte is just like not a good person, but the narrative doesn't really want to acknowledge that. And Giselle decided to stay and she can never go back to the human realm, and I just think that that's a recipe for disaster. We also never went over the plot point of Bronte potentially being forcibly married off so that there can be more kids. How does Giselle fit into that? We never ever even touch upon it. So I think they wouldn't last. Next, I have two books by Cameron Tate. Being There, Found You. I don't think they would last because one of them bullied the other for 4 years in high school, only changed over a handful of months, and they're 18 years old. Most relationships from when you're 18 don't last, and I feel like they're far too different of people for it to actually work. And then the other one I read by her is Chaos Theory, Love Practice. These people are supposed to be opposites attract, but they are too polar opposite of one another for this to really actually work theoretically in the long term, especially when it comes to living with one another and being in each other's spaces. I feel like the author tried to address some of that, but I just don't think that it worked well. My Valentine's Deception by Giselle Knight. This book is what if I just decided we're dating, even though you have shown literally no interest, and I just decided and I'm going to force a lot of stuff on you. I just don't think that's a recipe for a long-term relationship. But not only that, Mia specifically feels very betrayed by her best friend Geo. I don't feel like the betrayal will just go away just because you started having really good intercourse, okay? And lastly, for the books I read recently is Freedom by Cassidy Lang. This book is also what if I just lied to you repeatedly and we all say it's fine, including the fact that your husband is actually very much alive and therefore you sleeping with me is cheating. I mean, you don't know you are because you think he's dead, but like, and just because it gets tied up in a nice little bow where the husband does end up dying, doesn't make it not a cheating story, okay? I just think aside from the cheating, like the betrayal of trust because she trusted this person and then come to find out she lied to her about a whole bunch of stuff, I don't see how you're coming back from that one.